Before talking about your interview process, I want to touch a little bit about your initial days in Germany. How did you plan? You got the offer, and what were the next steps that you settle down here? You come here, you have a place for stay, and then some other points you want to highlight. But when it comes to online coding interview, somebody is sitting on the other side and can see what you are writing, then half of your capacity will be gone. Hi guys, this is Sandeep Khaira and you are watching Conical Education. Today I have Manoj with me, who got the job in Germany. So he's going to share with us his experiences, and today's video is going to be a little bit more interesting because he's going to talk more about the culture and his initial days, how he came in and how he settled down in the beginning, especially in these difficult times. So yeah, let's talk to him. Hi Manoj, I'm so happy to have you on the channel today. So can you please tell to the audience, where were you before and where are you now, and what exactly are you doing?
Yeah, sure, Sandeep. Thank you so much for having me here, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can start with my casual introduction. So my name is Manoj, and I used to live in Gurgaon, and the same place I was working also. So
Mhm.
I almost have 10 years of experience as a software developer, and but early, earlier in my experience, I used to be a .NET developer, and after that, a while I switched my experience and I started working as a Salesforce developer then. So it's almost 5 years now, and I'm working as a Salesforce developer.
So that's really interesting the way you have explained. Okay, you carry the 10 years of experience and you are coming out of a Salesforce developer background, and 5 years into Salesforce and 5 years into .NET development. So yeah, so would be really great. What was your motivation to come to Germany? Why did you decided to come to Germany?
Yeah, actually, since it started, it was not Germany. Actually, I was looking for Australia, and even when I started, since then I was trying for Australia. Actually, few of my family members are already there, so I was more aware about the Australia and how could I get there. But maybe I was not motivated enough, so I did not put that much of effort into that. And maybe it was taking a lot effort just because the exams and they have their own pointer systems and everything. But when I switched my technology, and then I started working as a Salesforce developer, and then I just got more confident into my technology as well, and as and I also switched to one company, as I already told that this is a Germany based company. So
Within
that's how I got.
within India, right?
Yeah, within India.
Okay.
So that's how I got to know about more about Germany. So when I started in this company, so there were already few Indian colleagues who were already working here. So that's how we start talking. That's how I got to know about how can I move there, what it will take, and how can I do start my preparation and everything. So this is how it just happened, and then later I started searching, exploring the things, the content, how I can move there, what should I, how should I prepare it for. There were many type of visa to go there, so I need to choose in between one of them. There is one job seeker, so first I started exploring about that, and then I got to know that even even staying in India, I can search the job in Germany. So that's how it just all started. So it's not me. Actually, they were me and my few other friends. We all started together, and we created one WhatsApp group as well. So we just tried. We always put the content, uh, whatsoever we were getting through the YouTube videos and the websites, and that's how we all collected the information, like what all we need to go there. So even that's how I got to know about you as well, because I used to watch your YouTube videos. Then I got to know about your Telegram channel as well, and that was really handy. There is always a person who can you speak with in a one-on-one style, because you are always available to answer to any queries. And yeah, in same way, maybe you I don't know you remember still or not that
Yeah.
we got in touch in starting of the 2020,
Okay.
and I asked few question about you, how can I format my resume and things like that. So later I followed few of your tips, and I did modify my resume according to that, because I used to have a very lengthy resume for 5 to 6 pages. Then I cut
Yeah.
it down to only 2 pages.
Hmm.
Once I updated my resume, and the I also create few cover letter as well, as per the uh, uh, companies job descriptions, so what they
Hmm.
are demanding. So I used to try to put my myself my experience with as per their requirement.
Hmm.
So that's how I prepare myself, and then it just all started mostly I use LinkedIn and Zing, and but
Hmm.
I personally was more applying through LinkedIn only. And the last opportunity which I got here, and that was also through LinkedIn only. So I almost apply for, I think, 50 or 60 jobs. And but the good thing was that we always got a reply from their HR, or from their HR manager. So that's how it all got started. And about with all these collected information, I was sure that there is a possibility we can. That's how we could get there.
Okay, perfect. So I have couple of questions here. So you explained, okay, what was your motivation behind coming to Germany? So it was one of the possible way, and you were motivated for it enough that you want to move to Germany, and there is a possible path which you can choose, and which is not so much. It will not take so much energy from you. What I get from your answer, you have a path, and then you follow that path, and then you execute your plan. And it is little bit, I'm not saying that it is not hard. Definitely journey is very hard always, but yes, compared to, at least you know where you have to go, and it's going to work out, you know that, compared to other countries where they have the point system. And gaining those points, sometimes it's really critical, and it's sometimes it is not even possible due to age factors and all, right? So I totally
Yeah.
get that. Yeah. And yeah, that's a good idea what you shared, that you collaborated with your friends who are also planning. So that's a good idea. Like people, when connect people, professionals who are interested to move to Germany or some other European countries, connect together and start searching for the job, and then share ideas and thoughts with each other, so that they can plan in a better way and keep all of them together informed, so they are going in the right direction. It's a kind of keeping watch on everyone's step. If someone going in the wrong direction, then there is someone to correct you, right?
Yeah,
This
right.
is what I get. Okay. So why did you choose searching the job from abroad itself rather than coming on job seeker visa?
Yeah, okay. I'll speak here for my personal experience only, and
Mm-hmm.
I actually I am married. I already having 10 years of experience. I'm already own a house in
In
India
India.
as well.
Yeah.
So there was a home loan included, and I do not want to take that risk. That first I'll pay some money for that visa, and then I'm going for 6 month out 6 month in Germany, and then I'll wait for job. So it could be it was just for me, it was just a gambling, like where I
Okay.
was already shorted out that I could get a job even from
From home
even
country.
from from my home country to here.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't go for that option.
Okay, so yeah, for the audience who are watching, yes, that is definitely an option when you look for the job. If you carry the skills, you are coming from high demand background, and you are confident, okay, and you prepare yourself, research well, and then apply for the jobs. Because job seeker visa, as Manoj has already highlighted, it you have to leave your job in 99% cases. Plus, source of income is you have to leave your source of income, and you have some personal as well as financial liabilities which you also have to take care. And so that's why it is little bit safer option, but definitely it is going to take a lot of efforts. You have to be really devoted towards it, and you have to spend time and really dedicated towards it, then it's definitely possible. Okay, that's a really great answer and highlighted a lot of information for the people who are still considering which option to choose. Okay, and can you tell us about your CV? Like, how did you research about the CV, and what did you do after your research? What action you take so that you get the interview calls?
Yeah. So as I already told that my resume used to be a 5 to 6 page lengthy, and I used to explain everything. I used to put the description about company as well. Then I used to put what was my role there. Then about the job descriptions as well, and project details also in a very elaborated way. So I just cut down all these information. I just created my resume more centric to my skills. So any employer when look out to my resume, then he can just directly he can see what actually I was doing there. So what kind of work I have done. So what kind of role I used to have in that company. So that's how they can judge in a very sharp manner, not in a very lengthy way.
So to understand more better, what kind of keywords, what kind of skills they are looking for, and concisely you focus on those keywords and bring forward those achievements, those skills, and put them in your CV, right?
Yeah, right, correct.
Okay, perfect. And my next question is, you wrote down the cover letter for each opening, and then you. So can you also explain on that, like what did you focus on in the cover letter?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would like to say that just do not create a default or only a single cover letter for yourself. There always be some different demand in every opportunity. So you have to prepare your cover letter in their language, so they can relate it more. So I just created I always used to have some default format for a cover letter, but after reading the job description what they exactly want, so I just put my skills in their own language, so they can more relate with my skills, uh, and why I'm looking for this opportunity, things like that. So that's
Okay.
how I've done it.
So, as you are coming from Salesforce software development background, so can you also mention little bit more in detail about the CV, how a Salesforce developer like must consider to write the CV so that like considering what kind of skills the person carries and how he can target the positions in a better way, at least he gets the interview calls.
So I can speak with my personal experience. So what kind of resume you should have. So like I already told that I used to collect information from different sources. That's I got. Uh,
Mhm.
like your resume should not be very lengthy. It should not be a 5 or 6 pages of resume. You
Mhm.
can cut down all the information in 2 pages max. You can uh, you can create your resume in a with bullet points, like if you have done any certification in Salesforce, then you can put that in top of your resume after your personal information. And if there is like then later you can specify your skills, like you are a developer or like if you are an administrator, so you can put those specific information, and then later you can explain all your experience. and still you if you find more space there, or then later you can explain about some project details as well. So that's how you can conclude yourself. In a one look, employer can judge you by your skill and experience. So I think your all the information which you want should be in a very crisp and clear manner.
Okay, so there are 4 points what I understood. The CV has to be short and
Yeah.
bulleted. Accomplishments must be there and skills must be there. When you focus on these things, then definitely you have the chances to get those interview calls, right?
Yeah.
Before talking about your interview process, I want to touch a little bit about your initial days in Germany. How did you plan, you got the offer, and what were the next steps that you settle down here, you come here, you have a place for stay, and then some other points you want to highlight.
Yeah, sure. First of all, when you are going to move in Germany, so first will be your concern, where are you going to stay? So, you could be lucky if your employer provide you some initial days of accommodation, but that was not the case with me. Actually, means my employer agreed they will reimburse the amount for my initial accommodation, but I have to look out for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I started uh, joining the Facebook group, which for the apartment. Like there are some Facebook group which always put up the information, like this particular apartment you can have, and there are some services as well, and like Airbnb and Booking.com. So first I took the Airbnb option, because and then I find a good apartment, and it was very nearby to my office, and I took that option because I was not very much sure about the public transport, how it was there. So I just do not want to get myself puzzled, and so I chose that option that I can live nearby my office. And so if I have to go to my office daily, or just because it's all COVID around, and in this pandemic, I was also not certain like whether we can use public transport or not. So that's why I just uh, put myself Airbnb nearby my office, and unfortunately, I don't know, but I never been to my office yet, because everything's just done by either courier or
Okay.
online, even though my joining and other things as well.
And other points you want to say, like you came in and then other than apartment you want to mention something else,
Uh,
like grocery shopping. How did you
yeah,
settle
yeah,
in, how did you know, got to know about it? Okay, you have to go to these kind of supermarkets, and then how does other bank, how did you open the bank account and all, and maybe like post or whatever you, because as you said
yes,
there is
yes.
a courier system. So initially how did you figured out all those things?
Yeah, apart from this whole apartment hunting, there are many concerns I used to have, like because of this whole pandemic is going on. So the first thing I got to know that I have to serve 10 days of quarantine. So I had to have prepared myself. So that's why even when I came here, I bring uh, some ready to made food like Maggie, pasta, something like this. So at least I can survive for 10 days. I don't want to
Yeah.
die with hunger. So in that process, as I already told this, that I am having few friends already here, so they were kind enough to help me in such a situation, and they share all the information in advance, like these are the supermarkets where you can go, and this is how you can do shopping, and they already share. I can bring money, some in cash, or I can bring a good amount of money in Forex card also. So that's how I was secured financially. And since they have already shared the information about uh, about the supermarkets where I can buy my grocery, and some they already shared some link where I can buy online things as well. So I was pretty much assured about that I can take care of that. And yeah, those were the things, you also need to prepare yourself apartment and your daily needs.
Okay, fine. So, do you already got the apartment now? Have you have you moved out of the Airbnb apartment, or you found the apartment already, or not?
Yeah, actually, I just took that Airbnb option for 20 days, and then later I have to move somewhere else. Yeah, since now I already moved to Berlin, so now I have better connection here. I already joined my team here, so now they can share more information, and by using that, I already got one good apartment in somewhere else. uh, and I use some local service here, and that's how I got this good deal. Uh, and I still I need to figure out uh, another apartment as well when my family will be moving here. But now I'm more relaxed because I am more comfortable here. I know now about more things here, how the apartment hunting is actually exactly working here. So that
Okay,
can be done later, but right now I'm just more focusing about my work and everything.
perfect, perfect. Okay. And you also mentioned about the Forex card, because I get this question many times in the Telegram group, and even I never used the Forex card myself. Even when I moved in, I opened the block account here, and so I already had the local account, so I was okay. But that's really interesting to know, like how does Forex card works here? Because my question when I was moving myself, I always had this doubt. Okay, I cannot use the Forex card at the local ATMs. I had this feeling, and let's say if it doesn't work, then my money is blocked and I can't use it. But I might be wrong. So can you also explain to that? Explain on that point.
Yeah, sure. I think you cannot carry a bulk of money in cash,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
still I do not find it very safe if you are carrying a big chunk of money as in cash. So I would say I would still prefer if you can carry a Forex card, which is more safe, and I use it everywhere. Like even
Okay.
I when I go to public transport, I am using app to buy my tickets. That I also still I'm doing by using my Forex card. Uh, I'm almost I almost went every different supermarket here. Either it's LD or like Netto or any other supermarket, and this card work everywhere. So I do not see any issue with that.
Okay.
With this Forex card service, it almost work as your other debit card. So I think it's
Okay.
a very good option. So like when you are going to get a particular Forex card, so they will all explain how much is going to charge, and I think it's a very nominal charge. It's not that much. If you are going to withdraw money or some ATM, and then it's there a particular heavy charge. Even it's not that much. Otherwise, just your regular debit card, you can use it. Uh,
Okay. I get that. So it works smoothly. Okay, that was so nice. And now I want to talk about what a normal person, can expect in interviews when a person or professional looking to move to Germany or Europe and searching for the job. And also, would be great if you also share a little bit about your experience when you were searching for the job, and how was the interviews were defined into which all stages and all.
Okay, so while I was searching for job, so first thing I would say that patience is the key. Like you will be applying for, I think, in multiple jobs, maybe like 50, 60, or could be 100, and you will always get a reply, and the reply will be very genuine. So you should consider that also. There will be always a reason. And within all that, there will be a day when you will get a initiative from some company, from some HR. They will say that now we can go further with your profile. So that's how it all will start. That's how it's all started with me as well. So then after that, I got connected with HR. Then there will be some journal HR questions, and they really want to know why do you want to come to Germany, and what kind of skills you are already carrying, what and they will also ask about your financial expectations and expectations from your employer as well. So that's how that will be your like kind of interaction you are going to get from your first round with the HR. And then if they will find you suitable, or like if they are okay with your profile, then they will ask you to get connect, or they will ask for your availability for the next round of interview, and then maybe that could be your technical round of interview. So in my case, there were first a HR round, and there were then there were two technical rounds, and then later again I had a discussion with the HR. And that's how it all went. And within those technical rounds, they will be more focused on your resume, what you have already mentioned there. And they are not going to give you any surprise by asking some irrelevant question which you didn't put up in your resume. If you are a Salesforce developer, or you are a Salesforce administrator, then they are going to ask all those questions around that only. And my as per my experience, there were two interviewers. So one was more focused to architectural things. So and the second one was more focused for my development approach. So so in this round of interview, they want to go deeper with my skill set and with my experience. So so I think that round went for around 1 hour, I guess. And I was fortunate enough that I cleared and the result of that round of interview was positive for me. And then later there were the another round there. The that round was also similar, a technical one. But now they share the one online code editor where they already put up some questions which I need to solve. And they want to just look for my development skills. So you must be handy with your development skill as well. Like you are not going to you are not going to have some Google help there, so you can just uh, like uh, take some help from some other nodes. So you I think I would say that if you can do little practice while by writing your code on some notepad and something like this. So and you just need to clear up with more of your more of your logic. From my personal experience, there were some code scenarios from trigger. And either there was some syntax error, or they want me to execute some logic. So I just went through that round. And then there was some behavioral question as well. They were actually looking for that particular person could fit in their team or not, what kind of thoughts he's having. And they just want to know about my long-term goals, my short-term goals, and what exactly I want to be in future. So that's how they want to relate themselves as well with me. And if I could be a good fit into their team or into their organization. So those were so these are two technical interviews. And then later Then the later there was a general discussion about to finalize my offer, my contract. So I think that's how it all went about uh, my interview experience.
Okay, so I picked up few things from what you have shared. So first, as you said, that they are looking forward to, especially in the HR rounds. So their your motivation and your skills,
Yes.
how they relate to the position, to the how they relate with the strategy or with the team, what they are working on. So that you have a relation. Okay. And then you said there are two HR rounds, so I would expect first HR round was more focused towards the basic to know you as a person, and then second HR is more at the detail level, right?
Yeah, that will be more centric to your contract, like
Okay.
about your financial
So
expectations,
basically, yeah,
or
salary
there could be some other,
expectations.
yeah,
Mhm.
there could be some other things like there is some relocation things which
Okay.
you can service which you want to have, something like this.
Okay, okay. And another important point you have mentioned, which is really critical, you said that okay, your interview will be totally based on your CV, right?
Yeah,
So this is the message from my side to the audience. Okay, they must really focus on, they must put everything in the CV which they are 100% confident. Okay, they can answer any question on that. If you feel you are not comfortable, either practice more on that or skip out of your resume. So that's the only way out. Okay, and they are not going to ask anything out of the resume because they have invited you for the interview based on your resume itself,
yeah,
right?
correct.
And regarding the coding round, you mentioned something very interesting. You said that there was a online coding round, right? So
Yeah,
somebody is sitting on the other side and he can see what you are writing in the code. Is it correct?
yes, yeah, yeah,
But
correct.
yes, and let me tell you, when I have been talking to many people. First of all, it will not be the case always. Sometimes the person will get, professional who is going for the interview might get 2 to 3 days or maybe 1 week's time, so that is okay, and you can just work according to your pace. Or maybe they will give you some access to some coding testing software, where you will have 1 hour of time to crack that coding or to write some code, and after 1 hour you submit that code. That's the one way. So it is still manageable because you have blocked the time for yourself as per your comfort. But when it comes to online coding interview, somebody is sitting on the other side and can see what you are writing, then half of your capacity will be gone. That I have
Yeah,
seen, it happens many times. So really prepare well for that, and the only key is that you just have to relax yourself, go with the relaxed mind in the interview, and then attend it anyway, because you can give your best shot. And in the worst case, what will happen, you might not clear the interview, but at the end, if you keep moving, keep trying, you will get that thing finally. Yeah, so you really have to be relaxed and calm when you are attempting that coding phase, especially when it is online coding interview. Okay. And another important point you mentioned, which is really good, you said that they think, what is the motivation for them, not for you, for them to invest in you. What do you bring on the table, what relation you have, what are your technical skills, are you the right fit for the team. So they must have a proper reasons, and you have to bring forward those reasons for the organization, for the team which is going to have you with them working there, right? And another important point regarding the coding interview, which I never heard before, but it is really interesting to know, that you get some couple of lines of code and you have to fix that code, either triggers or some other syntactical mistakes. So this is something very important to note down. So those of you who are listening, who are watching, can also start practicing that thing, so it might help you if you come across such kind of thing. So that's really helping, Manoj, I can tell. My next question is related to Salesforce skills. So, if somebody who is working as a Salesforce developer or similar background, Salesforce admin or some other kind of specialist in any cloud, so what kind of skills the person must focus on so that he has chances to get the interview call?
yeah, sure. Okay, so I think to crack an interview, I think if you are already owning some experience in a particular cloud, or you have a particular developer skill set, so you must do certification as well. So then it's already that's how you already owning a particular badge, so you can showcase in your resume or while you are interacting to your interviewer. So first thing, you must do your certification. Second, they will be being as a Salesforce developer, you should be more aware about best practices as well, because while it's even it's your online coding test, or and I have faced this question in my most of my interviews, even in India as well. They focus on your coding best practices as well. Write a code could be easy, but to write that code in a particular manner, in some with some best practices or with some framework, is could be more could be more beneficial, or could be more fruitful, and could be more worth to your development skill set. And apart from that, I would say that you should be more clear with your basic level of knowledge as well. Even you already know that how you can write a trigger, but there is always some always going to face some questions related to that, where you could get confused because of somewhere you could lack with your basic skill set. So you should be more knowledgeable about where you should put where should you use that event, or where should you write that particular piece of code. And apart from that, I would say that just be uh, honest with your resume. Whatsoever you are owning, you just need to put that information only. You do not need to put some false. You shouldn't put any piece of information with half of your knowledge. That's how you could get in trouble. So
Okay.
just be honest with your resume as well. So I think those such points are enough if you are really serious uh, about this job hunting.
So my last question is, if you have any kind of learnings from Conical Education, so that would be really helpful if you can mention them. But it is not necessary. If you have, then just mention.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, as I already mentioned that I was looking for information. How how can I get the opportunity in Germany? So I got connected with Conical Education. So that by that time it was just some regular channel for me, where I used to get a few random information. But once I got my contract, so that time I just realized that now this particular channel is a necessity for me. Because now I need a real help here, because now the actually your struggle will not end, your struggle will start from here. Now you need a lot information. You need to know about how you are going to apply for the visa, what you are going to do with your accommodation, and many other things. And especially when I got my this contract with in this pandemic time, so there was not much information as per the corona guidelines, and every guidelines have been already changed. So I really genuinely thank you for this, because I always put up my questions in your Telegram channel, where mostly you, but this particular channel is just like work in family also. Like there were some
Yeah.
other Telegram member as well who always share their experience. So there was always someone who who were kind enough to reply me. So that's how I went it through while applying for my visa, and when I moved here, and then still I remember that I wasn't sure how I can book my accommodation. So the suggestion I got from the your Telegram channel itself, that I can go for the booking.com or the Airbnb. So even so, those are very practical example I can share, which I implemented to myself by using Conical Education's media. I really want to say thank you for all this information you are putting in from different medium, either it's a YouTube channel or Telegram, or I have been following you through LinkedIn as well. So now I can see your motivational quotes as well. So now being alone here, I think it would get you through with your hard time or alone time as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good to hear, and really thank you for those kind words. And yes, highlighting okay what points this channel is useful for you, because definitely this channel is not about okay you how you search for the job. It includes everything, the whole journey from beginning till the time you land in Germany, and not just even land, like when you are settling down, figuring out the things here, like applying for blue card or some other things.
Yeah.
Definitely this is what my focus is, to bring forward all those things. And 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 I'm really happy today to hear that at least I got my message there on the other side what I intended to. So it's really great for me, and really thankful to you for that. Okay, yeah. And finally, yeah, this is the end of the interview, and thanks for the coming on channel. And really it's so nice of you sharing your experience, sharing your tips. I'm sure it's going to help a lot many professionals who are watching this video. Yeah, so that is all for today. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep.